Now 3 raised to the power x multiplying by 3 raised to the power x is in the form of a multiplying by a, which is actually a squared. Okay, so this means that this is 3 raised to the power x raised to the power 2. This is equal to 36. Okay, now from what we have here, you find that applying the indices identity, if you have a raised to the power n raised to the power m, we can express this as a raised to the power n multiplying by m. Okay, now from what we have here, this is the same thing as 3 raised to the power 2 times x, which is 2x. This is equal to 36. Okay, now from here we find that we introduce the natural logarithm. We'll have log 3 raised to the power 2x. This is equal to log 36. Okay, so log 3 raised to the power 2x, applying the power rule property, we'll have log m raised to the power n. This is equal to n log m. Okay, so log 3 raised to the power 2x is in this form. Okay, so we transform it to n log m. Okay, let's apply this property. So this is log 3 raised to the power 2x becomes 2x log 3, which is equal to log 36. Okay, so we divide both sides by log 3 log 3. Okay, so let's simplify here. We have 2x is equal to, now log, we have log 36 divided by log 3. Okay, now 36, from what we have here, 36 can be expressed as 9 multiplying by 4, of which we can express 9 as 3 raised to the power 2, and 4 can be expressed as 2 raised to the power 2. So let's apply this. So you'll have 2x, this is equal to log 3 squared multiplying by 2 squared divided by log 3. Okay, now let's proceed from here. I find that log 3 raised to the power 2 multiplying by 2 raised to the power 2, this is in the form of, now if you have log a multiplying by b, we can express this as log a plus log b. Okay, so let's apply this property so that we have 2x, this is equal to log 3 raised to the power 2 plus log 2 raised to the power 2, divide everything by log 3, divide by log 3. Okay, now from what we have here, log 3 raised to the power 2, applying the power rule property that states that if you have log m raised to the power n, we can express this as n log m. Okay, so let's apply this property again. So applying the power rule property that states that if you have log m raised to the power n, this can be expressed as n log m. Okay, so let's apply this property. We'll have 2x, this is equal to log 3 raised to the power 2 becomes 2 log 3 divided by log 3 plus log 2 raised to the power 2 becomes 2 log 2 divided by log 3. Okay, now from what we have here, we simplify this so that we'll have 2x, this is equal to 2 plus, this is 2 log 2 divided by log 3, this is in the form of log a divided by log b, which we can express as log a to base b. Okay, so let's apply this property. Now we're going to have 2 log 2 to base 3. Okay, so we divide both sides by 2, we divide here by 2, so that we'll have x is equal to 1 plus, this is log 2 to base 3. Now this is the value of x, this is the value of x. So let's verify if this value of x satisfies the equation. Okay, now let's verify the value of x, which is 1 plus log 2 to base 3, satisfies the equation. Okay, now if you recall, we end that 3 raised to the power x multiplying by 3 raised to the power x, this should give us a value of 36. Okay, now 3 raised to the power x multiplying by 3 raised to the power x, this is the same thing as 3 raised to the power 2x, which is equal to 36. So substituting the value of x, this becomes 3 raised to the power 2 multiplied by, this is 1 plus log 2 to base 3. This is supposed to give us a value of 36. Okay, so this is the same thing as 3 raised to power. This is 2 times 1, which is equal to 2, plus, now this is 2 times log 2 to base 3. This becomes 2 log 2 to base 3. This is supposed to give us a value of 36. Okay, now from what we have here, 3 raised to power 2 plus 2 log 2 to base 3. This is actually in the form of a raised to power n plus m, which we can express as a raised to power n multiplied by a raised to power m. So let's apply this property so that we're going to have 3 squared multiplied by 3 raised to power 2 log 2 to base 3. This is supposed to give a value of 36. Now from what we have here, this is the same thing as 3 raised to power 2 multiplied by 3. Now 2 log 2 to base 3, this can be expressed as log 2 raised to power 2 to base 3. Okay, and this is supposed to give us a value of 36. Now from what we have here, you find that applying the property that if you have m raised to power log a to base m, this is essentially supposed to give us a value of a. Okay, so given log 2 raised to power 2 to base 3, this is the same thing as 2 raised to power 2. Okay, so we'll have a value of 2 squared, which is equal to 4. So let's substitute this 4 back to our equation. So we'll have 3 squared, which is actually 9, multiplied by 4. This is supposed to give us a value of 36. So 9 times 4 is still 36. And that means the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. And that affirms that the value of x, which is 1 plus log 2 to base 3, satisfies the equation. So thank you for watching. Follow the steps. So thank you for watching. Follow the steps and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.